Welcome to MarcusG.tv. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano.
And Jamie.
And today we're going to talk about culture in the workplace. We think we have a fun restaurant. We think we have happy employees. Of course, you always have an employee that strays off and you lose.
We never really planned a culture in the restaurant. It just kind of has formed itself over the many years that we've been here.
Unintentionally. Yes. Well, we just got done reading Tony Hsieh's book,
Delivering Happiness, the Zappos Experience.
What a great book. Really great book. What a great story he has. I mean, from his first company, from his first job, to Zappos, to struggling. And he said he didn't want to, they struggled at Zappos. He sold all of his assets. He made a lot of money in selling his first company, Link Exchange, made millions upon millions, and found Zappos and believed in it and just threw million after $1 million into this company, and it was failing and failing and failing. But each step along the way, these struggles, they decided we're going to focus on customer service. Now we're going to focus on culture in the workplace. And so by their growing pains, they've created a huge success. And of course, they merged with.
They got married.
He called it
married. He does not call it a merger. He does not call it a buyout. He calls it a marriage between Amazon and Zappos.
For like $1.2 billion in stock exchange.
But they're still separate companies, and they still run separately, and the culture is still the same, and they're still delivering happiness to their customers. And so we. Unintentionally have been doing, having a culture here at our restaurant.
Right.
And it was interesting because yesterday, after I was finished reading the book, because I just finished it yesterday, you read it a little while before me, I got a text message from an employee. And this isn't the first one this year, actually. I've gotten two this year. I got one on New Year's Eve, and I got one yesterday from ex-employees. Who we still keep in contact with, who we're still pretty friendly with. And I just wanted to read the text message to you because I thought that it touched my heart, and I know you as well.
It did, absolutely.
My friend and I stopped in today for something to eat. As we were sitting there, another guest stopped in and started talking to them. As we were talking, all these memories of ATB, which is the restaurant's name, Aroma Thyme Bistro, came rushing in my head. What wonderful times I had there. Your restaurant and my employment there was some of the greatest laughs and joys I had in my life. When I think of my life at ATB, ATB was a huge part of it, even though I only worked there for 6 years, which is a huge accomplishment.
Yes.
6 years. I just wanted you to know that I thought of you and Marcus today and smiled at all the great times and growing we did together. Me as a person and you as a couple and a business. And I thought that was really, so I just replied and I just said, thank you so much for this text. It brought a smile to my face. We are so grateful for you and all the staff that we have met throughout the years. You have a special place in our hearts, and we are glad we are friends.
Right. She worked for us from day two.
Day two, yes.
Day two she started working for us. And I think it was more than 6 years. I think she was here 7 years. I think she's off on her math.
I don't know. But the other message that I had gotten was actually, I don't know if I can pull it up real quickly, but I didn't have this one ready. But it was basically a New Year's Eve text message from an employee that just said, who had also been here for even longer than 6 years. I want to say 7, 8 years, and she would still come back, but she
was here, from the first spring.
Yes, the first spring. And she just said, every New Year's, it just doesn't feel right because I'm not at ATB since I've left there and I haven't been working there, and thank you for the memories and things like that.
So we've done this unintentionally.
Yes.
We really didn't plan to do this. I just think I'm a fun person. You're a fun person. We're serious about work. We're serious about delivering customer happiness, customer experience, customer service.
And we try to instill in our staff good values and honesty, and
honesty's big. Honesty's huge. We always have to be honest to the guests. We always have to be honest to the guests.
And honest to each other. If something's not working out, if something's not right, if you're having a hard time working with somebody, please share that with us, share that with the other person. Let's make the culture better so that it's easier for everybody to work together.
A lot of the staff who works here end up being very good friends.
Yes.
End up being very good friends, and they hang out with each other, and it makes it more enjoyable, which is what Tony Hsieh says in the book about delivering that Zappos experience with the staff is having the staff.
He doesn't really hire anybody, he said, unless they like to have a good time and go out.
Right,
at the beginning.
Right.
I don't know if it's like that today at Zappos, but he likes people who like to go out and hang out together and have a good time
outside
together,
of work.
Outside of
he
work.
said it makes for happier employees. Now, we learned in our last mastermind meeting. We have part of a mastermind group, and we meet 3 times a year and brainstorm and share all of our ideas with other very successful restaurant owners. And what we learned last time was the number one reason for employees leaving or frustrated is because they haven't had enough communication of what's expected of them. Now, granted, by no means are we perfect.
No.
We have a lot of stuff that we want to work on.
Well, we have a lot of growing to do.
We have a lot of growing.
As everybody does, because if you aren't growing, you're dying.
Right.
So we want to continuously grow, make our staff grow, make each other grow, and make our business grow so that we are more successful.
Which is why we read books like this, which is why we really read books like this. And really, I know we have a lot of shortcomings, and there's a lot of staff, not a lot, but there's a few staff members that have worked here in the past that don't like us, that hate us. But it goes really, I find that the staff that are disgruntled goes with a direct correlation of their job performance.
Yes.
If you don't perform, of course, you're not going to get the same
feeling
that a staff member that performs and goes above and beyond is going to get. It's not going to happen really in any workplace.
We have a lot of staff that does stick around for a long time.
We do. We have a lot of longevity. And we just had a staff powwow the other day where we all met and brainstormed our key employees. I mean, I can't tell you how many times each employee...
Not really key employees, our oldest employees.
Our senior employees.
Our senior employees, because they're not... I think all of our staff is key employees.
That's a good point.
Not just the few that we met with. Those are our senior staff members who have been here the longest.
That's a very good point. Thank you for clarifying that. And I can't tell you how many times around the room people said, "I love you," to other staff members, and it was really a phenomenal experience to hear that, and towards each other. So I mean that was like wow,
you've done something right.
That was like really wow. So in the past, we've had other parents that have come up to us and said to us, "Thank you for
helping my daughter or my son. They wouldn't be where they are today without you."
Right, and we've heard that along the years from parents, miscellaneous parents come up to us and say, our kids' experience with you has really helped form them and shape them. And they're very thankful for that. So we're doing something right.
Yes.
We're not doing everything right, but it was just an experience I thought that we'd share. And if you own a business, I'd definitely suggest reading that book, Delivering Happiness, from Tony Hsieh, The Zappos Experience. And there's of course a ton of other good books. And if you know a good book, definitely leave it in the comment thread here that you like.
We love to find new and interesting books to read.
Yeah, I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano.
And Jamie.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in.
Press like, subscribe, pass it on, and leave your comments below.